Hi everybody, this is Jen from cookiescupcakesandcardio.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make homemade rock candy. We recently made a cake, Penguins of Madagascar, that used lots of rock candy, and I was reading through the comments and people were asking of ways that they could make it themselves at home, so I put together this video for you. So let's get started. So we don't need many ingredients to make the rock candy. We need just 1 cup of water, 3 cups of white granulated sugar. Now these parts are optional. I've just got some coloring. You can also use food coloring for this. I have gel paste out in front, and I also have some different flavorings, and you can use them or omit them. It just depends if you want your rock candy to be flavored. And then we're going to be growing the rock candy on these little wooden sticks. You could also use popsicle sticks, or you could also use cake pop sticks. So the first thing we're going to do is bring our cup of water to a boil, which is 100 degrees Celsius or 212 Fahrenheit. So once the water is boiling, just turn it down slightly, and then by the half cup, we're going to add the sugar. So I'm just going to add a half cup here and probably start off with a cup here. And then I'm just going to stir it. And I'm going to keep stirring and letting the sugar in here dissolve while I'm stirring it. We're going to get the 3 cups of water in, the 3 cups of sugar into the water, which is going to saturate it, and that's going to be how the rock candy forms. So I'm just going to keep stirring and adding the sugar, and it looks like it's dissolved from that first addition. So I'm just going to add some more and then keep going. So I have all of my sugar in. It's nice and thick, and the sugar is dissolved into the water mixture. So now I'm going to just give it a final couple stirs, and then I'm going to set it to the side for about 15 minutes to let it cool. And in the meantime, I'm going to set up the where the rock candy is going to grow. So what we need to do next is give a surface for the rock candy to grow on. So I'm taking my wooden sticks and I'm just dipping them into the water here, just dipping the stick and making it wet. And then I'm going to roll it in this white extra sugar. So you don't need too much, you can tap it off. And this is just going to give the rock candy something to stick to. And so like I said, it's going to help it grow. So just stick it in the water and then dip it into the sugar. So we're going to let those dry and wait for our mixture to slightly cool. So what I've got set up are small narrow glasses, and if you can use anything that's kind of like long and cylinder like this in order to help grow the rock candy. And what you're going to do is, if you want one to be colored, you're just going to put a drop into the bottom. You don't need very much because it is quite a small amount. So I've got some blue and some pink coming in here. And if you want flavoring, if you want to have one flavor for all of your rock candy, you could put it in before you take it off the heat. But I want to show you how to make different flavors. So I'm just going to put a little drop, small as I can get here, into that blue one there, and then change the flavor and put another drop in the second one. So this third one that's on my right here, I'm just going to leave it plain because the clear rock candy also looks kind of cool. So I've transferred my sugar mixture to a container that I can pour from, and the mixture is still hot. You just want to make sure you've given it a little time to cool down slightly. So what I'm going to do is just pour into my containers here, and then I'll give them a stir. So I'm filling it. You want to leave a little bit of room for the stick to go in there. And just give it a little stir so it mixes up all of the color and the flavor. And I'm just going to repeat that with all 3, and then I'll show you what to do with the sticks. So what I have are large clothes pegs. You could also use the regular sized ones. These ones I just like because they have a little hole in the middle, which just happens to fit perfectly with the stick. So what you want to do now is you want to put the stick right into the center of the mixture, but you don't want it to touch the bottom. So what I did is I just go down to the bottom so I can feel the bottom and then bring it back up a bit. Because if you put your stick too low, then the candy won't be able to grow as far as you want it to grow. So that's as simple as it is, and then you're going to leave them for at least 2 to 3 days in order for any candy to grow. And some of mine I left for a couple of weeks, and so I'm going to be bringing those ones out to show you. And I will show you how to get them out of the container after this. So these rock candy growths have been growing for about 2 weeks, and what you want to do at that point is take off the little clothes peg, and then the surface is hard, so you just want to break it, and you can do that with just a butter knife. And make sure that you're not breaking it right by the stick. And then you want to dump the excess out here, like that. And then inside, you can see that the rock candy has grown around the little post here. But unless you're really lucky, you might have problem getting it out. So what I've had success with is just holding hot water from the tap along the bottom of my container here and then gently prying it away once it gets a little bit soft. So I'm going to go and do that and I'll show you the final product. So I have the piece of blue rock candy out now and it's all ready to be eaten, and I'm going to take the rest of mine out as well, and I'll be back to show you all the finished colors. So there you go, everybody, how to make your own homemade rock candy. It was a pretty simple tutorial today, but something that's really cool that you may not have done before. So I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something new. So thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all again next time.